Huckabee has his own opinion. Everybody does. That's the freedom of
I don't know
our
if writing
country.
a book right before you run for president was a good idea.
Well, more power to him.
There you go.
If it works for him, cool. If not, then, at least he got to put in his 2 cents. I don't know. I'm trying to do positive vibes this podcast.
There you go. Positive vibes.
I don't even know the
Positive
guy.
vibes.
I'm not for him or against him.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
Anyways,
guess we'll check back in about a year after the election.
Right.
Yeah. No. In about 2 years.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
There you go. That was a weird transition.
I'm sorry.
Should we do like a pop song? I don't know.
Your rapper friend needs to give us a song, and we'll insert it right there.
Okay, all right. In other news.
In other lighter news, the Golden Globes were last night.
Yeah.
And I sent you the notes yesterday morning, and I was like, oh, I hope she has time to stop and watch the Golden Globes. Because I'm like, I don't know if I pay attention enough to catch everything that's noteworthy.
Oh, I gotcha.
But when I was reading about the Golden Globes before they started, there were some things that they brought up, and I was like, oh, those are big things.
They already noted them for you.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I'm sharing those.
That's good. I watched an hour of it.
Good. And it was 3 hours long?
It was really long.
It was a long presentation on the television, yes.
There was one speech.
Whose?
I think it was the lady that won. I'm not sure if it was for the transparent or the one about the Virgin, the show The Virgin.
Yes, Jane the Virgin.
Either one of those shows, the creator of the show or the executive producer came up and they started to shoo her off. Like they cued the music for her speech to end, and she kept going. She's like, I'm not done.
Right.
Because as soon as she got to her husband, she's like, and my husband, and then they cued the music, and she just started laughing and looked around, and she just kept going. She only went for probably like 10 more seconds, but still, she's like, screw you. I'm going to get this out, and, I still have a lot of thank yous, so I just thought that was funny.
That is.
So.
I'm horrible, and I don't listen to the thank you speeches. I start watching about 20, 30 minutes in, and I'll take breaks and hit pause so I can fast forward through the speeches.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because most of the speeches, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, I just fast forward through the advertisements.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
You're more patient than me. I'm just like, come on, next winner.
How funny.
So before the show, the big things they were talking about was Amal Clooney's Hollywood Welcome. Did you watch the monologue of Amy and
I did, yeah.
Tina's?
Mm-hmm.
The way they hyped her up and then said her husband was receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right.
I was laughing out loud at that moment.
Yeah, that
I was like,
pretty
you are
funny.
so true. Like Hollywood, LOL. When his wife has been taking on the world
Right.
for the last several years. So this was like her first big Hollywood thing since they got married.
Nice.
And it's the first time George Clooney's been a married man. And I thought his speech, like his wife, talking about his wife, was just amazing.
I thought you didn't listen to speeches.
I know, but it was George Clooney. I have like Matthew McConaughey, Brad Pitt, George Clooney.
I didn't watch that far.
Yeah. So his speech was awesome. And then this was Amy and Tina's last year to host.
Oh, have they hosted a lot?
Yeah, this is like the 3rd or 4th year in a row. And then prior to the Golden Globes, the Golden Globe website showed Selma and Into the Woods as winners, big winners for this year, but that ended up not being the case.
I was gonna say if Into the Woods won Best Film of the Year, then
it didn't. It didn't.
Well, I would say that there were probably better movies. I haven't seen Into the Woods, but all the same, I think one of the runner-ups probably.
I did not like Into the Woods, and I've talked about it. I didn't like it. Too much singing.
See, I don't know.
And the acting was, like...
very cheesy.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't like movies like that either.
It was horrible. I was so excited to see it. And then I was so disappointed. I wanted to like it. Walking out, Steve's like, did you like it? And I'm like, yeah, no. I really wanted to like it. I love Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick. She played Cinderella. And I do like Emily Blunt.
I like Emily Blunt.
They're both very great women, but Not in this movie. And then the presenters, there were a lot of hot presenters. We had Adam Levine, who looked super tan.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Jamie Dornan.
Okay, that was funny. My husband and I were watching, and when Jamie Dornan, and then, what was the person he came up with?
The girl he's in the 50 Shades of Grey movie with.
Is that who that was?
Yes.
Okay. So, they both had unisex names.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota. Was it
yes,
Dakota?
Dakota Johnson.
Okay, yeah. So John and I, we were looking at each other thinking,
who's who?
We're old, and both of these have names that could go either way. So we didn't know which one was which, and we were just kind of laughing at the fact that we didn't know who they were.
Because I'm so obsessed with the 50 Shades of Grey movie that's coming out, I knew.
Well, now you
exactly.
You've made it clear as which one was the guy and which one was the girl.
That's hilarious. Matthew McConaughey was there, even though he has a beard. He's growing a beard he's playing a Civil War person. He mentioned that on the red carpet beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he looks good with that.
And I felt like when you talked last night, like it was even more Southern than normal. I don't know if maybe he'd been drinking or whatever, but it was cute.
I didn't hear it.
And then Chris Pratt and Channing Tatum were listed as presenters. Channing Tatum, I remember him coming out. Yep. He's cute.
When Adam Levine came out, he came out with Paul Rudd.
I love Paul Rudd.
I love Paul Rudd too, and what did he say? So Adam Levine introduced himself. He's like, haha, I'm Adam Levine, and Paul Rudd's like, and I'm Channing Tatum.
No, he said Blake Shelton.
Oh, Blake Shelton, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry, Miranda's husband.
I thought it was hilarious.
I did too. I laughed out loud at that moment, and I looked at Steve, and he wasn't laughing.
Right.
I was like, that's corny.
I know,
awesome.
my husband too was like, I like Paul Rudd a lot.
He is a funny man. I liked most of the movies I've seen him in. Maybe
too.
all of them. I just don't want to encompass it all and miss one that I may have not liked as much as the others.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
I love him. He was
totally
in
agree
Clueless.
with you. I know.
That's crazy.
I was thinking about that.
I watched
this
that
morning.
movie probably hundreds of times growing up.
Sure.
So Paul Rudd was like my stepbrother that I wanted to date.
Right.
Because I wanted to be Cher.
Right.
Let's see. So, some of the winners. Boyhood, have you seen it?
Yes.
That is an amazing movie.
It was
the concept, 12 years to film this movie. Mm-hmm. Watching these people age throughout the 12 years. I was so happy to see it win so many awards.
Right.
Patricia Arquette, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Hawke, love him.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone else was just amazing. It won for Best Picture Drama.
Awesome.
Also won for Best Director. Supporting Actress, Patricia Arquette won.
I saw that speech.
Yeah. Grand Budapest Hotel. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
You must. It's on Redbox.
I love Wes Anderson, but I have not seen his last. The last one I saw was the Darjeeling Limited. That was the last one I saw him.
I didn't see that one. I saw his last couple because Steve's a huge fan. I probably wouldn't even know who he was without Steve. And Steve had seen the Grand Budapest Hotel in the theaters because he goes to movies like he is tonight without me. Because I'm not a big movie theater person. I would rather rent and watch in the comfort of my home.
Okay.
So when he travels, I'll rent these movies that he recommends. And I loved the Grand Budapest Hotel. I wasn't as much in love with it as he was. And maybe the last movie I saw from Wes. But it still won picture, musical, or comedy. And I definitely thought that it should have won because it was so cute and I laughed and it was creative.
All of his movies are awesome.
My favorite, just a little quirky is a great word.
Yeah, my favorite one from him is Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
I think Steve likes that one.
I love that movie. It's a good one. You should check it out.
I will.
Okay.
If you promise to watch the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Absolutely.
The Theory of Everything I haven't seen, but it won for actor drama. Eddie Redmayne. I probably
that would be
mispronounced
hard
his name.
to act like. That's the one about Stephen Hawking.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to see the actor sitting there at the Golden Globes and then to see what he was representing on screen, I just wow.
I want to see Big Eyes. It won for actress. Amy Adams won.
Adams.
She's amazing. Now, when it comes to the television winners, I don't watch any of these shows outside of Fargo.
Okay.
So, The Affair.
No.
Do you watch that? Nope. House of Cards. Transparent.
No.
Jane the Virgin?
Mm-mm.
Me either. I'm like, I am so out of touch. But they all won big awards. Fargo won for miniseries or movie, which it was a very good miniseries.
Is it still going?
No.
It was just like
so. I don't know if it's coming back. I think it might be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched the movie. I really like the Coen brothers.
Yes.
From the original movie. So I thought it was kind of funny that the original actress, what was her name? Frances something was in the crowd.
Last night.
Yeah,
yes.
she was in the crowd and they were presenting Fargo with the awards. I was like, hey, wait a second. She was in that.
That's
real
what
movie.
Steve said. He's like, that's the original actress because I haven't seen the movie. I was like, oh, that's gotta feel weird.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so that's my Golden Globe recap.
Nice.
Everyone looked pretty.
Right.
They
I
always
didn't watch. It's funny, the last time I watched a Golden Globes was for the podcast I was in 2 years ago.
Okay.
On 2 years ago. And we didn't have cable at that point because we had taken probably 2 years off from cable.
Mm-hmm. A cleanse.
Yeah.
Cable cleanse.
It just was expensive. We had just bought our house. And so I was kind of racking my brain trying to figure out how I was going to watch the Golden Globes for the podcast. But I ended up watching it and getting some of the recap later on. But I just remember thinking last night that, that was the last time I watched it. It was probably 2 years ago.
And it's kind of the precursor to the Oscars.
Okay. So what's the difference?
The Golden Globes, I don't know, but they seem to be a little bit more relaxed and kind of more of a party night as opposed to the Oscars is like prom.
Fancy.
It's like homecoming versus prom.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. In my observation. So let's do some question and answer fun.
Okay.
I've been trying to make this a new fun segment, and so I'm going to start asking just random questions to get to know my guests a little bit better. Okay. So, who is your hero? Your eyes just went blank, like, huh? What are you talking about?
I don't really know. I think in different aspects of my life, I have different heroes for each one.
As a mother?
Well, my mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
How
about a leader?
No, I'm just going to go with Mom. She had 4 children, and
she maintained her sanity.
She maintained her sanity, and we're all healthy, happy adults.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
This one's easy.
Yay!
Pacific Northwest. I'd say Portland, Seattle, or Vancouver.
So you like the rain?
British Columbia. It's beautiful up there.
It's green.
It is green. It's so lush. And sushi's awesome. People are awesome. And the ocean's awesome.
I do love the ocean.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
Humiliation.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're in this type of stuff. That's crazy.
I need to get
You've been facing it for the last few years.
Yeah.
Like, humiliation, I'm going to knock you down.
Right. Yeah, humiliation and not having confidence. I guess they kind of go hand in hand, so.
I used to have a big issue with confidence. I still do, but it's gotten much better since I was a waitress.
Okay.
Because when I first started waitressing, oh my goodness, it was like, hi, what can I get you to drink? And you have to make money. You have to connect with people, and that really helped me. Just working with the public.
Oh, yeah. I've been in kind of customer service for the last 6 years, and I realized that once you kind of break that wall of insecurity that you're gonna fumble on something, once you get over that, you're fine.
You just have to be able to laugh at yourself,
right?
Which I am an expert at laughing at myself.
Me too. I'm my best audience.
Yes, I am so funny to me.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, we're around 45 minutes.
Right on.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being back here. We'll have you back again.
Awesome.
Looks like in March. So,
yeah.
Crazy. February is a short month.
It is a short month. That's crazy.
This
time's going by way too quickly.
I know. How old is your daughter? 6? She'll be 16 soon. I'm sorry.
I was just 16. Oh my gosh.
And hopefully we'll get some anxious music to share with the world.
Yeah, we're waiting on.
Soon.
Yeah. Hopefully.
When it comes to podcasts, you can't just throw any music out there and get played on iHeartRadio. It